"Stop pretending you were her daughter," my brother Caleb said. "Mom left me the house, the savings, even her wedding ring. You get nothing because you disappeared when she needed you." His fiancée Marissa slid the will toward the judge while their attorney smiled. I sat alone with a thin folder and 3 unpaid days off from my county library job. They thought silence meant surrender. What they did not know was why I had asked the court to examine the original document. 6 months earlier, Mom had fallen in her kitchen and fractured her hip. Caleb lived 10 minutes away but visited twice in 3 months. I drove 90 miles every weekend, handled groceries, organized medications, and read beside her hospital bed. Still, Mom defended him. "He's under pressure," she would say. "The restaurant is failing." I knew the real pressure. Caleb had borrowed against his house, maxed out 2 cards, and asked Mom to guarantee a business loan. She refused. After that, he told relatives I was controlling her money because I helped pay bills online. Mom died unexpectedly from a blood clot during rehabilitation. At the funeral, Caleb hugged me, then whispered, "Don't make trouble over the estate." 3 days later, he produced a will dated 2 weeks before her death. It revoked Mom's older trust, gave him everything, and called me an estranged child who provided no meaningful care. The sentence hurt more than the inheritance. Mom had squeezed my hand the night before the document was supposedly signed and asked me to bring lemon cookies. Caleb changed the locks before probate opened. He sold her car to a friend, removed furniture, and posted photographs of Marissa wearing Mom's ring. When I objected, his attorney warned that challenging the will could leave me paying legal fees. I almost walked away. Then the rehabilitation center mailed me a box Mom had left in her cabinet. Inside were receipts, a crossword book, and a note in her shaky handwriting. "Nora, check the blue binder if Caleb pushes again." The blue binder was missing. Because I worked in archives, I understood missing records could matter as much as visible ones. I requested Mom's visitor log, medication chart, and copies of documents witnessed at the center. No will appeared. On the signing date, Caleb visited for 19 minutes. Marissa signed in using her maiden name. A nurse recorded that Mom was sedated after a procedure and unable to complete consent forms. Suspicious, but not enough. I searched Mom's cloud account using recovery instructions she had given me years earlier. The blue binder had been scanned. It contained her trust, bank statements, and a letter refusing Caleb's loan request. The trust divided everything equally, but required Caleb's share to repay any property he removed before distribution. At the hearing, Caleb's attorney presented 2 witnesses, Marissa and mobile notary Grant Pike. Both claimed Mom was alert and signed willingly. Grant said he checked her driver's license. Marissa cried while describing Mom's final wish to reward the child who stayed close. Judge Elena Ward studied the original will, then looked at Grant. "You verified Patricia Lynn Mercer's identification?" "Yes, Your Honor." The judge tapped the signature line. "Then why is her middle name spelled Lynn without the final E?" Caleb's face changed. It was 1 letter, but Mom had corrected that mistake her entire life. Her license, trust, checks, medical records, and marriage certificate all said Lynn. The false spelling appeared in only 1 place, Marissa's public memorial post. Their attorney called it a harmless clerical error. Judge Ward might have agreed if my folder contained only family records. I gave the court the rehabilitation chart showing Mom was sedated, the visitor log, and an email Grant had sent Marissa the morning after Mom died. I obtained it through discovery. "I fixed the date and printed a cleaner version," he wrote. "Delete the draft with your tracked changes." Caleb stood. "Marissa handled the paperwork. I never saw that email." Marissa turned toward him. "You gave me the old trust to copy." That contradiction ended their performance. A document examiner confirmed Mom's signature had been traced from a bank authorization. Printer records tied the will to Caleb's restaurant office. Security footage showed him removing the blue binder hours after her death. Judge Ward rejected the will, restored the trust, and referred the evidence for investigation. She ordered Caleb to return the ring, repay the car's value, and account for every item taken. Under Mom's repayment clause, most of his inheritance covered what he had stolen. Outside court, Caleb said, "You destroyed this family." I looked at the ring in its evidence pouch. "No, I documented what you did." Months later, I bought Mom's house through the estate and turned her sunroom into a reading space for neighborhood children. Caleb sold his restaurant and accepted a plea agreement for fraud. We no longer speak. I still grieve my mother and sometimes my brother too. But family is not protected by swallowing lies. It is protected when truth is finally allowed to keep its proper name.